Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we will continue with Cavalier Poetry, and this is part 3, in which we will actually examine a poem written by John Milton. Okay, so John Milton was born in 1608 and died in 1674. He is considered the most significant English writer after William Shakespeare. So he is a prominent figure and well known. In 1667 he published Paradise Lost اللي هي الجنة المفقودة in 10 volumes. It is considered his greatest work and the greatest epic poem written in English. يبقى تعتبر من أعظم الملاحم اللي كتبت باللغة الإنجليزية في ذلك الوقت. The free verse poem اللي هي Paradise Lost, the free verse poem tells the story, and this is important, you have to know it, okay? So the free verse poem tells the story of how Satan اللي هو إبليس tempted Adam and Eve and their expulsion from the Garden of Eden. إذن Paradise Lost بتتكلم عن كيف إنه إبليس أغرى آدم وحواء بأكل الثمرة وأدى ذلك لطردهم من جنة عدن. In 1671 he published Paradise Regained, in which Jesus overcomes Satan's temptations, and Samson Agonistas, in which Samson first succumbs to temptation, يعني بيستسلم للتمتيشن اوكي للإغراء, and then redeems himself. إذا في الأول كتب Paradise Lost عشان يتكلم عن قصة ضياع الجنة من حواء وآدم بسبب إغراءات إبليس, وكتب Paradise Regained اوكي استعادة الجنة عشان يشوف كيف هذا سامسون بعد ما تم إغراءه من الشيطان واستسلم لإغراءات الشيطان إلا إنه إيش رجع يعني وكفر عن ذنبه واستعاد الجنة. Okay, now Milton became completely blind in the winter of 1651 and 1652 when he had just turned 43 years old. Now the power of the sonnet lies in Milton's wavering before accepting the will of God. إذن هو فقد بصره. طبعا كتب القصيدة هذه on his blindness على بمناسبة فقدانه لبصره, وفي البداية كان بيظهر في القصيدة إنه هو متذمر ومتألم ومعترض ليه اللي صار معه هيك, ولكن في النهاية بيقبل إرادة الله. Okay, so let's now come to the setting of On His Blindness. So the poem is set entirely within the poet's mind. He expresses his doubts to himself, عنده شكوك بعد ما انعمى, okay, فبيعبر لنفسه عن هذا الشكوك, and also finds his consolation within himself. يعني بعبر عن شكوكه لنفسه, وفي داخل نفسه كمان وجد العزاء والصبر. He is afraid that going blind will prevent him from composing a great poetry. But he also learns that we must accept God's will without questioning his intention. كانت أسئلته وشكوكه إنه ربنا أعطاني القدرة على كتابة الشعر, طب ليه أخذ النظر مني؟ طب ما هذا النظر هو اللي كان حيساعدني في كتابة الشعر. فهو كان معترض على هيك, وخاصة إنه كان حيكتب شعر في مدح الله وفي يعني لأجل الله. لكن في النهاية هو استسلم لقدره وتقبل إرادة الله. طيب, now we will read this poem, okay, we will listen to it, and after that we will come to its analysis, okay, on his blindness. As you can see, this is a sonnet, so you can see here just 14 lines, okay. Let's now listen to it on the YouTube. Okay, so let's listen now.
Here is John Milton on his blindness. When I consider how my light is spent ere half my days in this dark world and wide, and that one talent which is death to hide, lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent to serve therewith my Maker, and present my true account, lest he returning chide. Doth God exact day labor, light denied? I fondly ask, but patience, to prevent that murmur, soon replies. God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Who best bear his mild yoke, they serve him best. His state is kingly, thousands at his bidding speed, and post o'er land and ocean without rest. They also serve who only stand and wait. This is
Okay, so now let's go back to the poem. Okay, so on his blindness, okay, you can see this is the sonnet. So let's come to the type. What type of sonnet is on his blindness? This is a Petrarchan sonnet. Okay, how do we know that it is a Petrarchan sonnet? If you look here, you find here that there are, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and a couplet. So you have 3 quatrains and a couplet at the end. So this is a Petrarchan sonnet, okay? In this Petrarchan sonnet, we have the rhyme scheme A, B, B, A, B, B, A, okay? طبعا هي بتكون A, B, B, A, B, B, A, C, D, E, C, D, E. Okay, so we have 3 quatrains here. Okay, now let's come to the summary of the lines in this poem. So lines 1 to 2, the lines which says, when I consider how my light is spent, ere half my days in this dark world and wide. Okay, so in these 2 lines, the poet says that the light has left his eyes even before half of his life. Okay, half of his life is over. Okay, that is just when he is about to reach his middle age. If you remember, we said that he was 43 when he lost his eyesight. Okay, so here when I consider how my light is spent, لما أفكر كيف إنه نظري my light, طبعا هنا my light it means the light in his eyes, his eyesight. Okay, so this is a metaphor. The light here refers to the eyesight. Okay, إذا هو بيتكلم إنه لما بفكر كيف ضاع مني نظري وأنا لسه بعد ما وصلت نص العمر. أوكي، وحقضي أيامي في عالم الظلام الممتد. Now lines 3 to 6. And that one talent which is death to hide lodged with me useless. Okay, طلع على lodged with me useless. Okay, and that one talent وتلك الموهبة التي وهبني الله إياها. One talent اللي هي موهبة شو؟ writing. Okay, or composing poetry, which is death to hide، وللمفترض فقط مع الموت تختفي. lodged with me useless، عاشت معي useless. lodged هنا this is personification. He referred to the talent as a person who lives with you. Okay, but it is useless. إذا عايشة معايا بلا فائدة. though my soul more bent، رغم إنه يعني روحي أنا لازالت حية. to serve therewith my maker، حية وبدها تخدم خالقها. and present my true account، وقدم الولاء وقدم الطاعة المطلوبة مني. lest he returning chid، لحد ما أرضيه. So, in these lines, the poet says that God has given him the talent of poetic composition. And if he is not able to produce something worthwhile using that talent, then he deserves to die. إذا هو مادام مش قادر يستفيد من الموهبة اللي عنده وينتج منها شيء مهم، إذا الأفضل له إنه يموت. However, his talent has been rendered useless by the loss of his eyesight. لأنه موهبته أصبحت بلا معنى بغياب نظره. Even so, he wishes to serve God by using his talent. He wants to be able to tell the true story of his life in his poetry, and that is perhaps why he is writing this sonnet. فهو مع ذلك مصر إنه يستغل موهبته في كتابة الشعر وكتابة قصته، عشان هيك هو راح كتب هذه القصيدة. Okay, on his blindness. He is writing this sonnet so that God does not become angry at him and think that he is wasting the talent that has been given to him. إذن هو بكتب هذه القصيدة لأنه ما بده الرب يغضب عليه ويفكر إنه هو ضيع موهبته على الفاضي اللي ربنا وهبه إياها. Okay. Now lines 7 to 11. Doth God exact day labor, light denied? I fondly ask, but patience to prevent that murmur soon replies, God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Who best bear his mild yoke? They serve him best his estate. طبعا his estate بدنا نكملها بعدها. إذا هو بيسأل نفسه doth God exact day labor light denied؟ يعني كيف الله وهو اللي خلقني يعني يحرمني من النظر. I fondly ask سألت يعني بألم. But patience لكن الصبر في داخلي. يبقى هنا patience is personification. He considered patience as a person who speaks to him to prevent that murmur عشان يمنع هذه الوساوس اللي عندي. murmur هنا المقصود فيها مش الهمس ولكن المقصود فيها الوساوس. soon replies يبقى the patience replies. إذا patience personification. It is a person who replies. God doth not need. الله لا يحتاج لا عمل الناس ولا الجيفتس اللي هم الهدايا اللي بيعطيهم إياها أو القوة اللي بيعطيهم إياها، لأنه هو أقوى من هيك وأعلى من هيك. وفي ناس كتير بتخدمه. أوكي، في ناس كتير بتخدمه. طيب his state بنخليها اللي بعدها. Now in these lines the poet is prompted to directly ask God a question. إذا هو في داخله بيسأل الرب سؤال. He asks God whether he would be cruel enough to expect something productive from a blind man as the price for providing him price for providing him with the talent that has helped him earn his bread and butter thus far. so هنا هو بيسأل الإله هل أنت من القسوة بحيث أنه أنت بعد ما خدت نظري تستنى مني أنه أنا أستغل موهبتي في الكتابة، وخاصة هذه الموهبة هي اللي كانت بتساعدني بتساعدني على أني أنا to earn his bread and butter اللي هو كسب رزقه. طيب الآن however the poet is a patient man by nature. الشاعر تبعنا صبور بطبيعته. and this stops him from posing the above mentioned question to God. So the idea here, he's asking God, you made me lose my eyesight, so do you expect from me to use my talent to write poetry and to praise you? But then his actually patience tells him not to think this way because God doesn't need him. His patience tells him that God doesn't ask for anything from a man. He does not ask for his gifts to be returned. إذا الله أعطى شخص مهارة أو قوة أو قدرة ما بطلب منه إنه يرجعها. Nor does he expect every man to make use of those gifts. ولا بتوقع إنه كل الناس رايحين يستغلوا عطاياه استغلالا صحيحا. The ones who want to serve a God in the best way possible only accept the hand they have been dealt gracefully and without any bitterness. لكن الرجال اللي بدهم يخدموا الله كتار ومستعدين انهم يخدموا بدون حتى اي لا بشعور المرارة ولا بالألم اللي انت بتحاول تظهره. Okay, I will stop here and continue with you with the next إن شاء الله video.